Well, let's take a look at tonight's team news then. And midfield artist Mikel Arteta makes his first Everton start in almost a year in a central area that's reshaped due to the absences of Steven Pienaar and Marouane Fellaini. The Derby Day fallout, a one-game ban for the former and a damaged ankle for the big Belgian. Dimitar Bilyaletdinov comes in from the cold and will most likely be in direct opposition to Branislav Ivanovic, an old teammate at Lokomotiv Moscow. Well, Carlo Ancelotti is still yet to name an unchanged 11 in the Premier League, and that statistic stands still because Michael Ballack is only on the bench tonight. Yuri Zhirkov is his replacement in midfield. John Terry captains the side, having made unwelcome headlines here last season with a red card. Chelsea unbeaten in 10 Premier League games since their last trek to the northwest to face Manchester City. Well, if you know your history, as Everton fans tend to do, you'll know that it's a decade since they achieved a victory over Chelsea. The games have always been tight, but Everton's recent renaissance means their motivation is a potential place in Europe next season. While for Chelsea, it's all about keeping ahead of the pack at the top of the Barclays Premier League. But they'll certainly be tested tonight, Davey. Yeah, big time. Despite that result at Anfield at the weekend, Everton's form over the past 5 or 6 weeks has been very good, but only their very best is going to do tonight. This is arguably the sternest test they could get. Well, Branislav Ivanovic had to put the turbochargers on there to sweep up in that situation, and Tim Cahill will be penalised for the challenge. First contact with the ball for John Terry, greeted by what has been a familiar sound on his travels lately. Indeed, John Terry is the only survivor from the last Everton win against Chelsea. He was an unused substitute back in November 2000 when the Everton strike force of Kevin Campbell and Danny Cadamarteri got 2 comeback goals after Sam Dallabonna had put Ranieri's Chelsea in front here. Yeah, Tim Cahill had just wandered offside there. He knew he was offside, that's why he didn't pursue the pass. Chelsea, Everton regular 4-4-2, Cahill just dropping off a little bit when Everton don't have the ball. And what I would say is that Landon Donovan on the right hand side is going to have to watch the runs of Ashley Cole. Here's Lampard on for Ashley Cole. He's added an extra dimension to his game in the final third this season. And Lampard to strike. So well created. And Elka, I assume, gets a shout here from Lampard. That's why he steps over it. And Frank Lampard just trying to hit across this, trying to work it left to right, gets a little bit too much on it, but the setup was terrific. A good firm pass from Ashley Cole, nice step over, and Lampard had all the time in the world to get his foot through it. Leighton Baines, Bilyaletdinov, Osman, Phil Neville, looking for Landon Donovan. Almost came off. Well, yeah, he's almost lucky because the header goes through John Terry's legs, and he certainly slipped Ashley Cole there. Well weighted ball over the top. Well, Osman epitomising what Everton need tonight. Bilyaletdinov. It's good work beyond Cahill. Osman. He's always a little on the stretch. Here's Donovan. Everton's best spell so far. Baines. Osman. Finally it breaks down. I think that's what Everton needed, though, to get the crowd on side. The roar of the crowd, their anticipation as they moved the ball. And Bilyaletdinov did really well on the far side to get the cross in. Carvalho looked as if it might have stopped it. It's a challenge here. Osman certainly caught Ivanovic late. But promising moments there for Everton, led by Leon Osman, whose challenge started it all off. Oh, Malouda could be in here. Malouda! Chelsea hit the front. It's Flora Malouda, laid on by Drogba. Well, it's all about the anticipation, because Malouda
expects Drogba to win it, to help it on, in behind Phil Neville. We've got to say the Everton fullback has to hold his hands up here. He doesn't match the run on his outside. It's a bread and butter long ball. Malouda's on his way here. He's expecting that header to be won. One touch enough. It's a terrific finish because the ball is pretty high for him. And it's a wonderful finish. Well, uncomplicated football. They go back to front, little flick on. And what a good finish it was.
Well, his rich vein of goal-scoring form continues. 4 goals now in 7 starts. Everybody wants the ball. It's a team playing with terrific confidence, terrific togetherness at the moment. Even Petr Cech, who's had his wobbly moments lately, seems to have recaptured his old form. Talking of wobbly moments, the wobbliest came against Everton at Stamford Bridge. Set pieces there, Achilles' heel. Here's Didier Drogba. Oh, off-heighting his back. He'd set his sights there at Drogba.
Just trying to open his foot there, find that far corner. Phil Neville maybe going to get a talking to here from Alan Wiley. Caught Malouda late on the touch line. Doesn't appear to be going to his pocket.
He's never far from the heart of the battle, and Florent Malouda couldn't get to him on the goal, but he certainly got to him there.
Well, crowd not happy, as you would expect, but he certainly took a late one there from Phil Neville, Florent Malouda. With a nice little give and go. Phil Neville knew he was getting in behind. Oh, that's a sore one. Catches him here, top of the left foot.
It's potential metatarsal territory, isn't it? But Chelsea will go on without their goal scorer. Drogba pulled into some space. Terry!
Well, take your pick, Carvalho or Terry, neither really picked up there.
Well, they found space, so too Drogba, worryingly from an Everton perspective on the near post as well. Cahill will get there, Donovan's touch. Well, only Arsenal and Liverpool have won at Goodison Park in the Premier League so far this season. Birmingham in the FA Cup. Oh, Baines!
Well, he had a lot to do. He's well outside the front post. He's trying to use the pace on the ball to help onto the target. It came off his left thigh. Good pace on the ball. He's trying to help it onto the target there. Doesn't quite get enough on it.
Well outside his comfort zone in that respect. His only goals this season, penalties against Wigan here back in August and Carlisle in the FA Cup. Here's Carvalho. A charmer when you meet him off the field, but I'm sure the various attackers around the Barclays Premier League would not use that description on it. Drogba. Brilliantly done by Didier Drogba. Fantastic from him. Anelka.
Good take.
Didier Drogba, football's equivalent of a raging bull at times. And here's Baines for Everton.
Oh, pity, just a little bit heavy. Really letting off and made a good run. He was free on that side, had the pass been a little bit lighter. And at the other end, well, question marks over the marking here. Both Carvalho and Terry unmarked as it came in.
John Terry headers have been of crucial importance for Chelsea in recent games. The goal at Burnley, the header which made the opening for Didier Drogba's first on Sunday. Carvalho conceding this Everton free kick.
Ironic cheers there from the Goodison crowd. They feel they've had nothing off Alan Wiley.
Yeah, they're never slow in making their feelings known.
I don't think the referee's done much wrong.
Here's Osman, within range for him. Didier Drogba, there to block. And Gladys Street will clutch at any straw, and an optimistic appeal for handball maybe.
He didn't have much time to get out of the way, did he? Shoulder for me, or right hand side of the chest.
Cahill. Oh, neatly done, but Carvalho will be there, as he always seems to be for Chelsea. Only Aston Villa have conceded fewer goals than the men from West London going into tonight. Here's Baines. Corner.
Well, did well, it's about all he's going to get. Mikel out very quickly to squeeze there.
Well, Bilyaletdinov taking charge, and an outswinging delivery this time. An opportunity to put real pressure on the Chelsea goal, missed. Here's Zhirkov. He's got Anelka the other way, but went down a one-way street. Here is Bilyaletdinov. Now Arteta. And Drogba's desire very clear.
Well, again, the pass to Arteta just a little bit heavy. Stopped him throwing it in first time. Seeing a little bit more of the ball now, Everton.
A decent spell for the home team as we've passed the half-hour mark at Goodison. Arteta and Baines over this free kick. It will be Baines, and it will be Drogba to meet it. Useful in both boxes for Chelsea, to say the least. Well, he's not on the score sheet. He helped in the doing of the damage. Here's Phil Neville. Donovan.
Well, again, that's all he's getting there. Ashley Cole so tight on him. That's about all he could be expected to win there, Landon Donovan. But they have to get a better corner into the area this time.
Writing are not the tallest of centre-backs, but adding his presence. Donovan's delivery. Oh yes! Louis Saha! Everton hit back! And the former Manchester United man does his old manager a favour.
Well, at last they get a good corner into the box. It's a terrific height. And it just goes over the top of Frank Lampard at the front post.
Everton goal, scorer, number 8, Louis
Just over the top of Frank Lampard. Saha gets the one on John Terry. And Pericek is absolutely helpless. Terrific corner, look at the pace in the ball. It's a terrific height for Saha. Not often you see John Terry beaten on the run, but he takes second prize there. And it's a terrific set-piece goal.
Now Donovan delivered, Louis Saha finished it off. It will go down as yet another set-piece goal that Chelsea have conceded. But there have been ones where they've been far more culpable for their own downfall than that.
Got to give them credit though, Everton. They took an early one to the chin. They've clawed their way back into the game and they're starting to boss it a little bit. Seeing much more of the ball.
Here's Arteta. Now Heitinger really does change the picture in the atmosphere around Goodison. Here's Tim Cahill, but the flag will frustrate him.
Yeah, a very early flag it was. Cahill just ducking in and out of offside at times. Convinced he got back onside in time.
Well, Everton under David Moyes have often been at their best amid adversity, and they've certainly come out fighting since they went behind. Neville. Osman. Leighton Baines. Away by Carvalho. Donovan. On for Phil Neville now. Donovan certainly more than playing his part in the equaliser.
I think he's just glad that Everton are up the pitch. It saves him tracking Ashley Cole. Time for Ashley Cole to do a bit of work.
I hope he's busier up this end of the field. Here he is, Donovan. Cahill. Holding off Carvalho. Osman!
That's a decent strike. It's always moving left to right. I don't think it's ever a real problem for Kiracek. But the set-up play is good here. It's helped in by Donovan. Cahill just screens from Carvalho. Practically nothing to hit though for Osman. Carvalho gets out quickly.
And Drogba, and now Anelka. Lampard. Forced Malouda to check, and Donovan almost cashed in to win possession back. Here's Lampard. Ashley Cole. Zhirkov. In for Malouda, on for Drogba. Everton want the flag, it's not going to come. They can't touch him. Anelka!
Oh, I think if he leaves it, Ashley Cole's got a shot on target. He's always going to take it on though. Everton appealing for offside as the ball was played through. That was Destan who's playing him onside. He's well onside, Didier Drogba. Did well to stay up under pressure from Phil Neville. Just wonder if Anelka leaves this, does Ashley Cole have a better chance? I think he does. Don't know whether he gave the striker a shout here. I'm not convinced that he'll left it anyway. Most strikers are going to take that on every day of the week.
Well, it's Anelka's natural habitat, Ashley Cole's less so. Even be that two players were playing Didier Drogba on there, and Leighton Baines as well. That's it. It's not unlike Chelsea to respond well to setbacks, and there were certainly plenty of ebb and flow about it at Stamford Bridge earlier in the season. Alan Wiley has had his moments through the Everton manager David Moyes, sent him to the stands at Stoke last season. It's not quite as warm a welcome he gets at Goodison as at some other grounds. Here's Drogba. Oh, Leon Osman with a timely challenge and a clean one. Bilyaletdinov. Here's Zhirkov. Mikel. Lampard. And again, Ivanovic. Drogba in a real wrestling match. Neville, the whistle has gone before Lampard could strike it.
Oh, Phil Neville wasn't to know that. It was terrific cover from the fullback. Drogba looked favourite as the ball arrived at the back post. Leighton Baines doesn't stop the cross coming in on the far side. This stands underneath it. Look at Phil Neville's cover there.
I think it was a heavyweight against a middleweight, wasn't it? Drogba against Heitinger. The reason that the whistle blew. Well, we're awaiting the most vital ingredient in a football match, and that is the ball. There we are. But it's an Everton response that you might not have seen in the early part of the season when they were so depleted. Chelsea a little chastened by that setback, and Malouda foraging and will get a free kick.
Yeah, I think he goes down late there for him, Malouda, but he was certainly tripped. Caught just there by Mikel Arteta, although he did go down late. It looks as if he fancies this, taking his time over placing it.
Well, he scored one or two classics on this ground for Chelsea. Drogba and Carvalho making their presence felt in the Everton wall. It's a Lampard strike, but it's not one to worry Tim Howard.
Yeah, always on the up. Never a problem. Acknowledgement there from Tim Howard that the wall stayed solid as the two Chelsea players broke from it. That's the side of the goal that the Everton keeper's responsible for. And it's never a problem for him.
Here's Anelka. Malouda, that's nice. Through for Drogba, but Phil Neville steps in to good effect. Cahill, on for Donovan. And Louis Saha in a pocket of space. Louis Saha for Everton! Petr responds, but it's not over. Malouda. Certainly Chelsea looking to find a way out.
Quite sure why Ricardo Carvalho left Saha there. He was on him back post and just wandered off him.
Great ratting by Osman. Here's Cahill. Landon Donovan. Oh, got to be a penalty, surely. Yes, it is.
Well, without seeing a replay, it looked a nailed-on penalty. Donovan always first to the ball, and I think Carvalho's reaction told its own story as well. Is it in or out? That's the only question. Yeah, he's inside, and he's taken his left foot. His momentum takes him into Donovan, but it's certainly a penalty.
Louis Saha against Petr Cech. Oh, and Cech pulls off the save and keeps the scoreline level.
That's all a bit guesswork, isn't it? Gotta say, I've never liked short run-up.
Well, a great opportunity missed by Everton. But they're straight on the offensive again.
2 minutes.
Baines. Well, will Everton live to rue that? This is Anelka. Malouda. Ivanovic's cross. Drogba. Oh, terrific work. Zhirkov! Can Lampard react? Anelka going to ground this time.
Well, the shot from Zhirkov could have gone anywhere, but previous to that, as Saha closes his foot on this, Petr Cech's already going the right way. He's on his way. And after that, it's a save that he's always going to make. 2-3 step run up at most. No real conviction about the run up from Saha, but it's a very decent save from the Chelsea keeper.
They've got plenty of defending to do now, Everton. They've just ran away. Well, he's done his old manager a favour with the equaliser. But Petr Cech denying him the chance to strengthen the Manchester United cause as well as the Everton one. On for Ivanovic. And down he went. And a forlorn glance at Alan Wiley in the end.
Well, he's saying, you know, if I'm not caught from behind there, I'll put the ball in the area, and he might have a case here. Well, not for me. I don't think there's a lot of contact.
And Saha looked as though he would have been offside there anyway, perhaps. But Alan Wiley brings a thoroughly absorbing half to a close. Petr Cech keeping things at level terms with a penalty save from Louis Saha after he had equalised Florent Malouda's early strike for Chelsea. But it really has been a pulsating contest between the Barclays Premier League leaders and Everton, who are still chasing European football, and it's a contest which has another 45 minutes to run, and it's hopefully going to be just as compelling as the first portion. Half-time, Everton 1, Chelsea 1. Well, these two rarely do dull when they come together, and certainly the first half lived up to the expectation. What will the second period bring? Chelsea knowing that only victory guarantees that they maintain their grip on top spot in the Barclays Premier League.
You wouldn't have a bet on either side, Daniel, with any certainty, would you? I mean, Chelsea bossed the game early on, took the lead and looked as if they were going to go on from there, but you've got to give credit to Everton, the way they came back at Ancelotti's side, and they're well in this, that's for sure.
John Terry stepping in to beat Cahill to it. Here's Arteta. It'll be interesting to see how long he can go on, given that he is still very much in the early stages of his comeback from a long-term injury absence. February the 22nd last year when it happened at Newcastle, the knee problem. Oh, and Donovan. Just Ashley Cole moved across to ensure that the American couldn't get there.
Right idea though, very good change of direction from Donovan.
Certainly proving that he can worry some of England's top defenders ahead of South Africa. It's away by Zhirkov. Phil Neville. Useful over Saha's head. Malouda. Again, Leon Osman defending from the front.
It's the type of tackle we've seen all night from Everton in the midfield area. They really have fiercely contested any loose ball in there.
And Ancelotti knew that, fully expected that, I'm sure. And they've lived up to that. And this is probably as Drogba chases safely through to the hands of Howard. It's his first visit to one of the old traditional stadium English football, which is still in its old traditional state. So many redeveloped grounds these days, and there is talk that Goodison Park will in the end have to be reshaped as Everton look for a stadium fit for the 21st century. So many of the new developments haven't really taken the same soul that this ground has to their new homes. It's a unique atmosphere, and it's been in its best so far tonight. This is Louis Saha. Osman. Donovan. Phil Neville. And Arteta coming under pressure from Anelka, who really stole that, but stole it illegally in Alan Wiley's view.
No doubt about it, got his leg across Arteta there. Arteta struggling to get here. Anelka perhaps did him a favour by bringing him down.
Donovan. Oh, Ashley Cole, that's a rare slip from him. Oh, and everybody's losing their footing at the moment. John Terry, the latest. Malouda, on for Drogba, offside.
Yeah, about a couple of yards. I say John Terry did well, because once he slips, he has to make the header on the half volley here. And he did really well to get it safe.
Last header like that, I remember, Andy Gray scored from below sea level for Everton in an FA Cup tie at Notts County
I got a few like
years
that.
ago.
He got a few like that, Danny.
Here's Bilyaletdinov. Oh, and that could be awkward, and indeed it was for Petr Cech.
Well, it was up, but it's actually a poor cross. Cahill's looking for a better ball into the back post. The Russian doesn't really get his foot around this, but it's awkward. He certainly has checked moving his feet and his hands.
Well, the miscue almost paying dividends for Everton. We'll hope to strike from another set piece here. Mikel Arteta is in charge of it. Defended by Carvalho this time. Osman beaten to it by Malouda. It looks a mismatch, but Leon Osman does have a terrific leap. Not quite in the Tim Cahill class. Cahill felt he might have been impeded there. He wanted a free kick against Ivanovic.
Should have had one. Not convinced Alan Wyler spotted it.
Here's Baines. Louis Saha. Oh, he's won the battle. Louis Saha!
Well, not like John Terry to take second prize again from the long diagonal. And the Chelsea centre-back just misjudges this. Ended up underneath it. Good touch on the chest from Saha. And it should be a corner here for Everton. It's Carvalho who gets across. And David Moyes' side should be looking at a corner here.
Well, a spell of real concern for the league leaders. Malouda. Well, he's pulled it back for an earlier challenge, Alan Wiley, and Chelsea will have a free kick. And he needs to have eyes in the back of his head in a competitive battle like this, the referee.
So much going on. It's a super contest.
Terry. Ashley Cole. And Heitinga won the duel this time with Drogba. Here's Terry. Oh, the free kick will go Chelsea's way.
Just what you were talking about, Daniel.
Malouda. Donovan doing the defensive shift. Or Baines. Mikel. Donovan certainly putting in a shift. And he's won it back, and only temporarily. And every Evertonian baying for blood. Lampard. Oh, and Leon Osman taking charge.
Not too sure that Heiting is happy with that. It was his every day of the week there if he left it.
Well, there's that real zest about Everton now, which when they have been at their best under David Moyes has been there. Zhirkov.
There's no apprehension about Everton now. They started very tentatively, but they really have come back at Chelsea since losing that first goal. There's a real assurance about them now. They look as if they believe.
Well, they're getting one of their sternest tests this season here, Chelsea. Distan. Forward by Heitinga. And a pause for breath, of which there have been few at the start of this second half. Phil Neville under this. Osman. Well, he's got what he wanted in terms of a response. Now can they go on and end that ugly statistic from his point of view? Never beaten Chelsea as a manager. There's also the fact that they've not beaten a member of the Big Four in 24 attempts in Premier League combat. The Evertonians will be quick to tell you about last season's FA Cup exploits, but in league matches you have to go back to Andy Johnson's winner against Arsenal 3 years ago. Osman able to tidy up.
Sometimes you just have to kick it the way you're facing. No damage done there as Osman kicked it into touch. They really are hunting well, though, Everton, when they don't have it.
Anelka hiting her in with a challenge. This is Arteta. Oh, a lovely little touch by Donovan for Saha. The Baines have found plenty of space, but it all got congested in the middle.
Well, Arteta did well. He made sure he got his body between Frank Lampard and the ball here.
On for Bilyaletdinov. Or behind Saha. And Malouda stealing in to beat Arteta to it. Baines' challenge. Ivanovic is hurt. The game goes on. Bilyaletdinov. Louis Saha, can he turn? Well, Ivanovic still on his haunches here. Wiley happy to let the game go on, and Ivanovic is back involved.
Well, he certainly doesn't want the ball, that's for sure.
Drogba, that's ambitious. Well, a bit of fury from Carlo Ancelotti, but he's in discussion with Ray Wilkins about a possible change.
Well, it could be two, because both Ivanovic and Ashley Cole are struggling. Cole looks the worst of the two.
Well, he is in trouble. It's Michael Ballack who's ready to come on.
Chelsea substitution.
Well, the ball's there to be won. There's no malice in the challenge from Landon Donovan.
13, Michael Ballack.
Some concern over Ashley Cole, but Michael Ballack on, and that means move back to left back for Yuri Zhirkov. Bilyaletdinov on for Cahill. Here's Osman. Phil Neville. Or Bilyaletdinov works the space. Ivanovic with the challenge.
Oh, did really well the fullback to tuck in there. Great feet from the Russian again.
That's Ivanovic. Here's Baines. Saha. McKellen with the challenge.
Well, he reckons not, Louis Saha. It's the one position in the pitch that he shouldn't be caught offside. But Bilyaletdinov, look at the feet on the edge of the box here. Appeared to be crowded out, somehow got it onto his left side. And Ivanovic did really well.
Here's Saha. Got to do it all on his own at the moment.
Good refereeing, it is a free kick. Alan Wiley quite right to let it go. Terrible pass from Michael Ballack.
Well, Terry now limping and having lost Ashley Cole, some real worries in the back line for Chelsea. Although Luis Felipe Scolari summed it up once, he said you'd have to shoot John Terry dead to drag him off the field. Rodwell getting ready for Everton. It may well be that it's Mikel Arteta on his first start in almost a year who will make an early exit, understandably. Donovan. He won't reach Bilyaletdinov because Ivanovic was there. Leighton Baines. Ballack. Baines got it right again.
Offside.
Cahill coming back from that offside position to duel with Carvalho.
To change.
Well, it's no great surprise, but it has been, I'm sure, a great sight for every Everton follower. You see Mikel Arteta back into the action from the start. An established talent departing. A fast-growing one coming on in Jack Rodwell. He's making his way back from injury. He's been suffering with a hamstring complaint lately. Towards Didier Drogba, Howard has opted to come, and it was a good decision.
Yeah, always difficult for centre-backs, that kind of diagonal, and Howard, with a good early shout, took all the pressure off the boys in front of him there.
Oh, Saha! Saha! Magnificent strike! King Louis reigns supreme at Goodison.
Well, Louis Saha did John Terry for Everton's first goal, and he's just done him again.
Second Everton goal of the night.
John Terry looked favourite to win the diagonal, ended up underneath it. Great touch again from Saha, and what a finish. John Terry wins them 9 out of 10, somehow ended underneath it. It's a wonderful finish from Saha. Cushions it on his chest, gets turned, and with the outside of his foot, he finds enough power to leave Peter Cech helpless once again. Wonderful finish.
Well, Manchester United's undercover agent is certainly doing his job. Well, Sturridge is on here for Chelsea, who now have to battle back from behind. John Obi Mikel, the man who's departed in the wake of that wonderful strike from Louis Saha.
That's Michael Ballack, who's going to step back now and hold for Chelsea. Let's throw the dice here, or certainly a late throw of the dice for Carlo Ancelotti.
Malouda. And Saha and Terry about to renew the battle. Well, when fit, he has always been a huge challenge for any Barclays Premier League defender to cope with. The problem has been getting him fit for so long. But that now 15 for the season. This is Sturridge. Oh, and Kalou, but Leighton Baines got there for Everton. Danger not over though, Branislav Ivanovic. Oh, and Kalou miscued, Distan, and Baines away.
Distan did really well there, I think only with his toe, as Kalou was going to pull the trigger. Good wood from Ivanovic.
Drogba! Oh, and it might fall here for Ballack to head it back in there. Well, Everton well and truly under siege here. Lampard to deliver. Kalou coming in. Terry!
Well, Tim Cahill absolutely raging. He reckoned as he was pushed, as the ball came in from the corner. It's a terrific header from Drogba. But Cahill appeared to be pushed here by Drogba with his left hand. Alan Wiley didn't want to know, and Drogba almost scores.
Well, exactly the sort of response that Carlo Ancelotti would have hoped for when they fell behind. But they are now just 12 minutes away from their first defeat in 10 games. And is this the day? Is this the day that David Moyes, taking charge of his 300th Premier League match with Everton, finally ends the Chelsea hoodoo? Zhirkov. Everton will get the free kick.
Oh, it gives them a welcome breather. I don't think they'll be in a hurry to take anything in what remains of this game. This gets them up onto the halfway line.
Heitinger to deliver. Ball for Rodwell. But Tim Cahill hurt. He was in the position.
Oh, he must be absolutely delighted with what his boys have given him tonight, David Moyes. It's an uncharacteristic mistake from John Terry. Not the first tonight, though, we have to say. Saha still had a lot to do. What a good job he made of the finish.
On for Cahill. And Louis Saha chasing. Well, he'll feel that he should have a hat-trick, of course, with the missed penalty as well, but Everton haven't paid the penalty. Kalou. On now for Branislav Ivanovic. 10 minutes remaining for Chelsea. Storage, Ivanovic, Ballack. On for Lampard. Carvalho. And that thin blue line is held firm for now. Kalou. On for Frank Lampard. Tim Howard to turn it behind.
First time in the match that Frank Lampard really managed to find any space in that kind of area. Just continues his run here. Not picked up. Tim Howard always getting down there. Frank Lampard just closes his foot on this. Doesn't quite have the power to beat the Everton goalkeeper.
Towards Louis Saha. And this is just what the doctor ordered from an Everton perspective. And a corner.
Well, do they put it in the box? I'd be very surprised if they do. Well, nobody going out to the corner flag to take a shot. Not yet. There's nobody in the box, so it has to be shot.
Osman. Well, now a chance for Chelsea to get out and get urgently on the offensive. But problems of their own making again. Well, this is as uncertain a night as John Terry's had in years. It's testament to what Everton have put into this match. But here's Drogba. Never switch off. They want handball against Cahill, who was on the referee's blind side.
Oh, they got the goal from going long to Drogba, and this is all Chelsea have left here now.
Drogba to flick it. Baines. Terry. Lampard. Gosling away. Louis Saha to buy Everton some time and breathing space. And John Terry might have bought himself a booking, or Alan Wiley viewing it leniently.
Either way, it does Everton very nicely. Totally accidental, certainly a free kick, and one that might just allow Everton to knock it into the corner and run what's left of this game down.
The last time Chelsea succumbed to defeat it was in the Northwest against Manchester City. Well, it's harking back to his day, and David Moyes' team have been the best in Merseyside blue since he and Colin Harvey were battling at the top in the mid-80s and winning titles. Drogba to lift it in, away by Distan. Drogba again.
That might just be enough for Everton, and who could grudge this Everton side 3 points tonight? He took an early one in the chin, and their effort since then has been nothing short of remarkable.
Well, from Derby Day disappointment to potentially the ecstasy of victory against one of the title contenders, and Louis Saha, who will feel he should have had a hat-trick, having failed to take his chance from the penalty spot, getting a curtain call. And Philippe Sendros on as Everton try and batten down the hatches. Malouda, Osman, Landon Donovan. Malouda, his frustrations showing, and Alan Wiley will go to his pocket here.
Well, Landon Donovan looks angry, but I'm sure he's not. He's done exactly what he should have done, taking the ball for a run. He's got Everton a free kick, they're right up the pitch, and surely they can see this out now.
Well, we've had the minimum 5 added minutes. We're now at Alan Wiley's discretion. It's a grand old night for this grand old team. David Moyes' Everton have put a spoke in the wheels of the Chelsea juggernaut. They're still top of the Barclays Premier League, but their lead is cut to a point on what will go down as a famous night. It's 3 years since they've beaten one of the big four in Premier League combat. Arsenal it was in 2007, the first victory for David Moyes as a manager against Chelsea, and it reignites their charge towards Europe in the second half of what at times has been a severely testing season. Louis Saha with both goals after they went behind to Florent Malouda. And it has been a memorable night at Goodison, a fantastic contest, and it has finished Everton 2, Chelsea 1.
Well, David, I'd imagine with your history against Chelsea, that is extremely sweet tonight.
Certainly is. Somebody told me it's been an awful lot of games. I don't want to even mention the figure. But, I mean, I think the biggest memory is that we couldn't beat them in the FA Cup final, and I'd have still rather swapped that one for even tonight.
The manner of it as well, especially pleasing, I'm sure.
Yeah, because the way the players went about it, we went a goal down, we had to come back from there, and obviously the disappointment of the weekend was sort of still with us, I felt, at the start of the game. But we didn't have pick up, and we didn't have raise the roof here and raise the tempo, and in the end, you know, it was a deserved victory, I felt.
Louis Saha signed his new deal. You asked him to repay you with goals, and he's certainly done that tonight.
He did, and got 2, maybe could have got 4. But it was 2 terrific goals. His second one, his control, his chest control, and his finish, and his header. And then he misses a penalty. And then he had another really good chance in the first half, and I thought actually in the second half before he scored, he had another opportunity. But you know, all centre forwards need confidence. They get that from scoring the goals. So I'm looking forward to Louis now getting a bundle in the next few games. Given the injuries you have suffered this season, I'm sure you'd be forgiven for thinking what might have been this season. I think we've got a really good squad of players. I think they're at a high standard, and I think if we had them from the start, then I think we'd be nearer the top end and maybe give myself a real chance of maybe doing something special.